I bid you all good morning, good evening, and good night, wherever you be watching this transmission. It's Mike Martins here from the Mike Martins channel, broadcasting from Merritt, British Columbia. Thanks for joining me, guys. Here goes, guys. Don't forget to set your reminder for this Saturday for the Mike Martins Nightathon. Mike and the Nightathon, 6 hours long. Add me on Skype, Mike Martins 1980. Come on the show. Be part of the channel. Talk. Come on and tell us what's going on in your neck of the woods, whether it's employment, whether it's COVID, whether it's job losses, whether it's job gains, whether it's potentials, whether it's survival strategies. Man, even teach us how to filter water through some means we never heard of. Bring it on to the channel. Bring it on. All right, guys. So, and guys, Patreon up here, link on the top. Don't forget to support us on Patreon. If you want to buy me, go ahead and buy me a coffee and support the channel. $1 a month. All right, what's going on? Farmers warn over food supply with harvest workers shut out. Food. The supply chain of food. So we got food, that's an issue. Harvest, that's an issue. And then we have the supply chain that's broken down because of nothing's moving around as much. What are we going to put in our bellies? Luckily, a lot of people in North America and Australia bought toilet paper. They could use that toilet paper to help sustain. It can help sustain life on another planet. That's how much they got. Farmers warn over food supply with harvest workers shut out. So now you're telling me, Mike, what the heck are you talking about? Because, what the heck are you talking about? When harvest is going to start this spring, people will be planting. Southern Hemisphere, Central Africa, Australia, lots of places are going into harvest, the last harvest of the season, this week. So to read the full article, you must, which of the following you intend to purchase in the next 12 months? None of the above. So it's asking me, which of the following, a home, a minivan, SUV, cruiser, none of the above. Okay, thank you. At this time of year, Matt Satin would normally be preparing and welcome 70 to 80 Romanian seasonal workers to harvest asparagus on his family farm in Kent, southeast England this year. He's expecting 7. A similar problem faces farmers in wealthier countries around the world as the COVID outbreak curtails international travel, disrupting establishment annual flows of hundreds and thousands of people from poorer nations to harvest food. Travel restrictions have cut seasonal migration to trickle just as farmers gear for the harvest. At a time when stockpiling, a sharp economic downturn have piled pressure on to many countries and food producers. And a lot of, like, dairy in New Zealand got shut down, dairy in Australia got shut down or bought out by foreign Australia sold out the whole country to China, and so did Canada, so did the UK, and so did the problem is acute in Europe, where the UK, France, Germany are all scrambling to recruit local workers, including students and those laid off from the ravaged industries such as hospitality, but the timing of the outbreak has left the farming industry little scope to establish new avenues of recruitment, while some potential workers may balk at manual labor. So here it is here, guys. This is the EU. So southern EU, different parts of the EU, they're going into harvest. In France alone, 200,000 workers are needed in the next 3 months to bring in crops such as strawberries in the Loire Valley, asparagus, and Alsace, according to FNSEA. National Union farmers, about 800,000 are needed for the whole harvesting season. Normally, about 2/3 come from abroad, including Central and Eastern Europe, Tanzania, and Morocco. Germany usually relies roughly on 300,000 seasonal workers a year from Eastern Europe, a majority from Romania and others from Poland, Ukraine, Bulgaria, Hungary, according to DBV, the German Farmers Association of the UK. Some 70,000 to 80,000 workers arrive annually, many from Romania and Bulgaria, to pick fruit and vegetables. So this is a huge issue. So a strawberry farmer in southwest France is struggling without a family of Moroccan workers who were barred from helping him this year, he said. We can manage for now, but if anyone quits or the weather heats up, causing the fruit to ripen more quickly, it would be catastrophic. So you're going to see a lot of issues with food distribution and food harvesting. COVID measures could cause global financial shortage, UN warns. Exclusive protectionist policies and shortage of workers could see problems start within weeks. So this is today's article. Protectionist measures by national governments during the COVID crisis could provoke food shortage around the world, UN's food body has warned. Harvests have been good and the outlook for staple crops is promising, but a shortage of field workers brought on by the virus crisis and move towards protectionism, tariffs, and export bans mean problems could quickly appear. In the coming weeks, Maximo Terreno, chief economist of the UN Food and Agriculture Organistic, told The Guardian. The worst that could happen is that governments restrict the flow of food. He said all measures against free trade will be counterproductive. Now is not the time for restrictions to be putting into place trade barriers. Now is the time to protect the flow of food around the world. That's a very good point. UN warns global food shortage caused by COVID measures report. So it goes on to say here, another measure that could threaten the world's food supply is that nations have issued stay-at-home orders at varying levels and enforcement. If agricultural workers are legally unable to harvest crops, it could cause a lapse in the food flow. COVID is affecting the labor force and the logistic problems and are becoming very important, said Torriero. We need to have policies in place so the labor force can't keep doing their job, protect the people too, but we need the labor force. Major countries have not yet implemented these sorts of policies to ensure that food can keep moving. And what does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean, people? It means that it takes weeks to months to fix a problem nowadays in the world. So if they're in harvest season and it's going to take a couple of weeks to a couple of months to get this sorted out, guess what? You could kiss whatever food you were hoping to buy at the supermarket a couple of months down the road. Goodbye. Or paying skyrocket prices, right? UN warns of global food shortage caused by COVID measures, says report. The United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization warned that the global food shortages caused by measures to stem the spread of COVID. Another measure that could threaten the world's food supply is the nation have issues to stay at home. Orders varying levels of enforcement. If agriculture workers are legally unable to harvest crops, it could cause a lapse in food flow. How the COVID crisis is affecting our food supply. Like other parts of the global economy, food supply chains have been disrupted by the COVID pandemic, and empty supermarket shelves have become a symbol of the crisis. So we ready the food shortages. Is food going to cost more? That's the question on everyone's mind. Prices of agricultural commodities have been volatile as traders have reacted to specific consequences for their sector while being influenced by dramatic moves in share and oil prices. Wheat futures have surged in the past week, 2-month highs, partially due to the spike in demand for bakery pasta goods, while maize has shrunk to 3.5-year low, and its extensive use for biofuel exposed it to an oil price collapse. The United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization has warned that any rush by importers to buy staples could fuel global food production despite ample reserves of staple crops. Swinging in the commodity markets are the necessarily passed on in food grocery. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. My eyes are watering here. Swings in the commodity markets are not necessarily passed on in food or grocery goods. As food firms typically buy raw materials in advance, some poorer countries also have subsidized food programs that ensure price stability. Fresh produce like fruit or fish, however, reflects more directly on supply and demand. So in Canada, luckily, we got rid of all our big farms to build houses, or these mega mansions that are left empty in the southern part of BC where we grow a lot of stuff. Luckily, we got rid of most of our farms to build more housing. And so we have to depend on importing more food. Costs the Canadians more in every angle. People think they're not part of this major housing crisis or the affordability level in their country. Think again. You're paying for it on every angle. Will there be enough food if the crisis lasts? Analysts say global supplies of the most widely common food crops are adequate. Global supplies of wheat are projected at record levels in year ahead. Okay, so governments have prioritized food supply as a part of emergency measures, and the G20 group leading economies have committed to ensuring international flows of agricultural goods, parts of response for COVID. Now, this is the main question I want to ask. Are countries going to share their food? Or are they going to sell it local to keep their people alive or sustained? That's a question no one's asking here. Are countries forced to have to globally sell? No. Countries don't have to globally sell. So here it is. Thanks to hoarding, our food supply can become precarious in the short term. So here it is in the United States. The well-fed Western world is being jolted slight of some empty shelf grocery stores. So which ones are going to be, I think it was going to tell us in this article. Here we go. So why there will soon be tons of toilet paper and what food may be scarce according to the supply chain experts. All right, so let's look at the supply chain experts in specialty items. Certain fruits and vegetables are going to be hard to get. Oh, it doesn't go into much. It doesn't go into much here. Just basically certain fruits and vegetables will skyrocket. So this is a very interesting little turn of events we're having. We knew it was going to happen. We knew there was a huge issue in Australia when they had those fires for like 2-3 months in a row. And they had huge harvesting issues, so they've been importing food into Australia. Guys, like I said, I'm going to make a t-shirt that's going to say, I survived 2020. And then by the end of 2020, I'm going to compile a list. Meteor almost hit the Earth. COVID, fires, earthquake, everything that's been happening the last, I don't know, we're in the month of March, and this is turning out to be the worst year historically. Market crash, I survived the market crash, I survived this, it goes on and on. Forced vaccines, it's gonna come. Forced manual labor, encampments, FEMA camps. Oh man, it goes on and on. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Food shortage, here we come. Comment below, guys. I look forward to reading your comments. Guys, if you want to support this transmission, go ahead and buy your man Mike a coffee. Buy me a coffee, $1 a month. Gets me a nice extra large with 2 cream. And don't forget to set your reminder here for Mike in the Night, 6 hours long. We're going to be talking. I'm going to leave some videos talking with you guys. Talk, read comments, go over articles you guys send me through the chat. Come on Skype and talk. Take over the show for a while. Let's have a good Mike in the Night-a-thon. We should have one every couple of months, just to kind of cover everything that's happening on the planet. Let me know what you guys think. Food shortages on the way. Let me know. Comment below. Thanks for watching.